Oh, yes, indeed. You are on Channel Africa First with the African story globally. And you heard right. Let's get into our feature, The Practice, for this Wednesday. In this edition, we're looking at prompt engineering, not as a technical skill reserved for AI experts, but rather as a practical business skill from marketing and customer communication to research, content creation, and planning. And really, the way you ask AI to do something can significantly influence what you get back in return. In other words, your results. Joining me on the line is the CEO and founder of Smartwords International, economist, digital strategist, and AI trainer, Caroline Vonni. Caroline, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the Journal.
Good morning, Ernest. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for making time to talk to us. Now, for someone who's never really used AI beyond asking simple questions, what is prompt engineering and why does the way you instruct AI or AI tools matter so much to getting the results you desire?
Well, thank you so much for your question, Ernest. I just want to illustrate it very simply. Imagine that you have a new employee, let's say like a house manager, and you need them to do something. So let's say you have them and then you say, make me a meal. It will be so vague, they'll not be sure what to do. But if you go into specifics on whatever kind of meal that you need, then you're most likely to get what you want. So when it comes to communicating with AI, prompt engineering goes a long way in how you talk to it for you to get the results that you desire.
So in other words, being more specific and clear about what it is you're asking AI to do, the better tailored your results will be.
Exactly.
So what are some of the most common mistakes people make when prompting AI? And what practical habits should they develop to get more accurate, useful, and relevant results, as you just mentioned?
Well, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is giving very vague prompts. For instance, let's say that you're into fashion design and you're doing African wear. And then you ask AI to give you a marketing message. Let's say you just say, give me a marketing message. That will be very vague. But once you go into the specific of giving it context, of giving AI context, you are going to get the results that you want. And then again, another mistake that most business people, entrepreneurs, and professionals make is trusting AI too much. You're supposed to consider AI as your assistant. So that means you still have control over what's given to you because you can end up getting wrong data if you're not careful. So that means use AI to brainstorm on ideas, but make sure you still hold your control.
So over reliance on AI can be problematic as well. But another is asking AI to prove an unprovable point or look up non-existing facts. I mean, that could lead to fabricated information, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. AI hallucinates a lot, so you just need to make sure that you give it your constraints. You just have to give it guardrails. Otherwise,
Indeed.
you'll just get information that doesn't exist.
Yeah, because the fake information also lives right on the dark web and whatnot. So if you're prompting, trying to prove an unprovable point, you will get misleading information. I'm just emphasizing the
Exactly.
point, right? So,
Exactly.
can you take us through a simple formula for writing a useful business prompt, for instance, and perhaps demonstrate how you would turn a vague instruction into a much more effective one?
Well, yeah, a simple instruction would be the context task framework, the context task, and then the format. Just three easy steps. You make sure that AI understands actually who you are. Maybe it's about your business or your customer, and then you allocate a task. You let it know what you want it to do, and then you be clear on the format that you want it to deliver. Is when it comes to probably in terms of word count, for instance, if you're doing an email or the tone. So just give an example. Let's say you're in the banking industry, let's say a microfinance, and then you have a very good client of yours who has been a long time client. And then at this particular time, for some reasons, they are kind of defaulting payment, and then AI doesn't know the relationship that you have with that person, and you just want to send a polite message, a professional one. So you have to make sure that when you're keying your instructions to any AI tool, you give it context. Let AI know about the relationship that you have. Now that goes to context. So when it comes to the task, we're talking about an email. So you're asking AI to write an email. So again, when it comes to the format, you talk about the tone. So instead of just saying, write for me, maybe asking AI to write a follow-up email, you just go into details and make it very clear by helping AI understand your background information, the goal, and even the tone that you would want your message to come through. Yes.
And here I'm going to be personal. I mean, I'm also on that space. How can one avoid not being, in the digital space, as it were, including AI? What about what you type in there and algorithms and all of that? I mean, that information, and I'm taking this from what you just said. Give AI as much information as you can about whatever business plan you're asking, and somewhere in there, won't you be letting out too much information about your business strategy and information about your company, and what happens to that information?
Well, it's very important to know that the information that you give AI goes out there. So that means you just have to be very careful with what you're giving AI, otherwise it will just be accessible to anyone. So if there is anything that you're protecting about your business, then just don't mention it to AI.
So, in other
Yes.
words, I mean, do you keep company names concealed and individuals? I mean, if you're saying write me a strategy for telecoms and you put the company name there and so forth, that's not safe, right?
Well, we might not say it's not safe per se because it depends. For instance, if you're in the marketing industry, I mean, you'd want people to know about your business, so you cannot go ahead and conceal your business name, yeah? You need people to know more about even the contact. So it just goes to the specifics that you don't want AI, I mean, the information, the personal or the deep information about your company that you don't want to be out there. Yes.
And still on entrepreneurs and small businesses, I mean, how can entrepreneurs use prompting to improve things like marketing? You've touched on it a little bit, customer communications, research, or business planning without simply copying whatever AI produces, to own it. But hold on to that thought. Please, let's explore the insights that you will share with us after the break.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix. Tuambie ulianza lini safari yako ya muziki, tuanzie hapo hapo.
Mimi nimeanza safari yangu ya muziki ilikuwa ni mnamo mwaka wa 2019 nchini hapa Uganda, Kampala.
Ulianzia muziki wako nchini Uganda. Okay, vizuri sana. Kwa sasa wewe unapatikana nchini Uganda. Tunaambiwa kwamba unapatikana katika kambi ya wakimbizi ya Nakivale nchini Uganda. Maisha yako ya kila siku kambini yakoje?
Maisha hapa ni magumu, sio marahisi hivyo, kwa sababu kambi ya Uganda ni tofauti na kambi zingine, kwa sababu wakimbizi huwa sio wote ambao wanapata sijui kupokea. Kuna ambao wanapokea na kuna wale wa kitambo kama sisi hatunaga tena au masuala ya kupokea. So ndio maisha ni magumu sana hapa kambi. Unajuta muda kufocus sana kwenye muziki unakuwa hautoshi sana. Muda wote unakuwa na focus yote
ya muda unakuwa ni mdogo sana.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
You like what we do on Channel Africa? Then follow us on our socials. Channel Africa 1 on all social pages. And get the African perspective, the practice on the channel.
Well, yes, it is 22 minutes past 10 Central African time. We're talking about the effective use of AI and the pros and the cons. Caroline Vonni is an economist, digital strategist, and AI trainer with me in this conversation. So, Caroline, what would be your advice? I mean, an entrepreneur, business owner prompts AI to give them a business strategy, whatever the case may be. How do you ensure that you don't just copy and paste, but you take ownership of the strategy and the document and let it sound more like you? Because if you're a manager in a company, surely after a while people would know your writing style and your thoughts. And if it's just AI, clearly it's a dead giveaway, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. And it's very important to notice that sometimes AI can sound so robotic. And you don't want, when you're doing your marketing strategy, someone would really easily notice that this is not your original thought. That's why I earlier mentioned that use AI for brainstorming, and then you just have the final say. So just be the final decision maker. Make sure that you can also instruct it to give you a human tone, or if you, the way you communicate to your clients, or even maybe the way you've branded yourself is a friendly way. That means you just have to make sure that you have control of that. So anything that AI gives you, you go through it and then make sure that it is aligned to your company and brand needs, so you don't sound robotic.
And further tools, I mean, for solving African problems by African businesses. I mean, what would be your broader advice? I know it's a broad question to ask in relation with the use of AI.
Well, when it comes to the tools, I know one of the things that African businesses face is financial constraints. So I'd really be particular about, let's say, a startup or an SME, someone who doesn't have a budget even to hire a marketing agency or even a marketing team, or they are working with limited resources. So if you go into tools like ChatGPT, can really help you when it comes to brainstorming your ideas. That means you don't have to hire a marketing strategist. When you go to Canva AI, you can make very good posters for your company. When you go to other tools like Gamma AI, can help you with a presentation. So it's just a matter of understanding what tools works best for you, and then you can leverage on it.
Yeah, and speaking of which, you're also doing some great work in terms of training young people. I see here you had a AI prompt engineering webinar this past Monday. You like to tell us, you give us some highlights about the webinar?
Yeah, sure. I had a webinar with the Youth in Africa, which is an Pan-African organization where we empower youth. We equip people with these skills because if you would like, you can agree with me the fact that our education system doesn't prepare us for the evolving industry needs. Yeah, you realize that you have a degree from the university, but when you come to the workplace, something else is required. So that is what we normally do, and particularly for the webinar, I was training on prompt engineering, and we were looking at various case studies, especially how you can monetize your skill, how you can write your CV using AI, how you can improve your customer service using AI. So those are some of the things that we covered, and I would really encourage everyone, especially across Africa. Actually, youth in Africa is just an African thing. So make sure that whatever country you're in, you check and join in, so that you can be equipped and be ready for the industry.
And I did mention at the opening of our conversation that you're also the CEO and founder of Smartwares International. In addition, I would imagine it's through Smartwares that you organized the webinar you just referred to now. And you're saying, in addition, you also run a WhatsApp community of entrepreneur professionals and the youth called Smartwares Entrepreneurs and a Growth Hub. You'd like to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks so much. So, Smartways International is a marketing agency started as and we are really doing very well when it comes to training and equipping people, especially professionals, entrepreneurs, and the young people. And talking about the Smartways Digital Academy, that is where we usually have one-on-one sessions with people, with professionals. If someone wants to upskill, they want to learn AI, they want to be productive and efficient with artificial intelligence, we normally offer one-on-one. We offer one-on-one services where we take you through, from the point of improving your productivity. So for the Smartways Entrepreneurs Growth Hub, I love it very much actually, because that is where we share ideas with entrepreneurs. concerning technology. We are advocating for adoption of AI, adoption of technology, because no one wants to be left behind. And on the same case, you can just check on our socials, Smarties International in Facebook, Instagram, and also for personalized coaching, you can just follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Caroline Vonni. I'll be really happy to connect with you.
All right, you've covered all the bases. I mean, we're talking AI, so you've got to make sure. I mean, it's LinkedIn, Instagram, and all of these, those other platforms. Caroline, thank you so much for talking to us. All of the very best, and we will be in touch.
Thank you very much, Ernest.
All right. Caroline Vonni is an economist, digital strategist, and AI trainer. Also the CEO and founder of Smartwares International. You can look her up across social media platforms, and there you can engage and probably get involved in the next webinar. All right. Coming up shortly, we'll check in with Fikile Lingwati with Channel Africa Sport.